Guys, Mortefi is completely cracked in this team comp, and I mean, it is insane. Now, I'm not a spreadsheet warrior, so I can't tell you if he's better in this slot than Yinlin by the numbers, but today I'm going to show you why Mortefi is such an incredible pick in this team. I'm going to talk about why Mortefi is so good in this team, my Mortefi build for this team, and an overview of how to play the team. Guys, before I get into today's content, I want to let you know that I'm doing a giveaway in the very near future. Hang out with me for a few more minutes and I'll share more details at the end of the video. So why is Mortefi so good for this team? Jinhsi is going to be the main source of damage on any team she's on, at least for now. And all Jinhsi wants are characters on her team that can perform coordinated attacks and buff her damage, so she's not super high maintenance, unlike my wife. I'm going to pay dearly for that comment later, so like the video now. Mortefi is excellent at doing both of those things. Now, this honestly can work with any Mortefi, but his S4 and his S6 are incredible for this team comp, so if you can, whether it be through luck in the standard weapon banner or the upcoming Chun-Li banner, be thinking about getting as many Mortefi copies as you possibly can. I also believe that one of his sequences will be available for purchase in the shop in the near future, so keep an eye out for that as well. My Mortefi is S6, so let's take a look at what some of these sequences do. So all of Mortefi's resonance sequences are good, but the main ones that are going to support this team are going to be his S4 and his S6. So if you take a look at his S4, the duration of Resonance Liberation Burning Rhapsody is extended by 7 seconds. I wonder where we've seen this before. Shanling. And then if you look at his S6, when Resonance Liberation Violent Finale is cast, attack of all team members is increased by 20% for 20 seconds. Massive, massive damage buff. For building Mortefi on this team, we're not concerned about his damage output at all. His coordinated attacks are tied to his ultimate ability, so we want his ultimate ability available as often as possible. For that reason, I focused entirely on energy regen stats. I'm using the Cadenza, which is great on Mortefi for this build because of its energy regen main stat and its buff to Concerto energy. I'm using the Moonlit Echo set with energy regen main stats on my 3-cost Echoes. If you get enough energy regen substats on your Echoes, you can substitute the Cadenza for a more damage-focused weapon, with the best in slot being the standard banner 5-star weapon, Static Mist. Now, notice my Echoes aren't really that leveled up and that great, but it doesn't really matter because all I care about for this build is energy regen. This allows Mortefi's ultimate ability to be up on every single rotation. Now let's jump into how to play this team. Admittedly, I'm a casual and I like to mash buttons and see big numbers, so I'm going to try and explain this in the easiest way possible. I'm sure that there is a meta for this and a proper way to do everything, but I'm just going to show you the key points of how to play this team so you can delete all the enemies you come into contact with. Here's a list of important factors to consider when playing this team. First, Jinhsi's intro skill, if you have her signature weapon, and if you don't have it, for the love of all things holy, get it. Second, Jinhsi's outro skill. Third, Mortefi's ultimate and outro skill. And fourth, Verina's ultimate and outro skill. Jinhsi's intro skill is important to her damage if you have her signature weapon because her intro skill procs her weapon ability, which lends huge damage to her resonance skill. Her outro skill is important because it allows coordinated attacks from other characters to get more energy to fill up Jinhsi's forte gauge, which also lends huge damage to her resonance skill. Mortefi's ultimate is going to bring in a huge amount of the coordinated attacks you'll need to fill Jinhsi's forte gauge. The buff for his outro skill is not important because it buffs heavy attack damage, which will not help Jinhsi at all, but his outro skill is still important because of the Moonlit Echo set buff and because we always want to proc Jinhsi's intro skill, which I mentioned already. Verina's ultimate is important because it provides more coordinated attacks to help out Jinhsi. Her outro skill is also important because of the damage buffs it provides to the entire team. So you can mix and match all of that to button mash your way to victory, and honestly that's sometimes what I do, but I found that an ideal rotation works something like this. Open up with Jinhsi's combo and make sure you proc her outro skill, swap into Verina, pop Verina's ultimate and make sure you proc her outro skill, swap into Mortefi. Hit things with Mortefi until you can pop his ultimate, and when his outro skill is ready, swap back into Jinhsi. Now, go absolutely ham with Jinhsi until everything in front of you is dead. Honestly, half the time, everything is dead before I even get to the end of her combo, so I don't even get to see the nuclear numbers at the end. Guess I need to do more holograms for that, but like I said, I'm a disgusting casual.
Leave it to me. Watch out! Luminous energy.
Inferno! Burn to ashes! Let's do this another way.
Strike his blood. Take hold.
Show me the fucking numbers!
All right, guys, so at the beginning of the video, I mentioned an upcoming giveaway. I'm going to be giving away 5 battle passes for whatever gacha game you want. And I assume for most of you that that's going to be Wuthering Waves, but I'm also happy to fund your Degeneracy in Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, Zenless Zone Zero, whatever. All you have to do to be eligible is subscribe. I'm a brand new channel, so I'd really appreciate it if you'd subscribe, not just for the giveaway, but also for future Wuthering Waves and gacha game content. And that's all I've got for you guys today, so I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.